Om Namah Shivaya. Our country is named after Bharata. Bharata is the son of Shakuntala and the sage Vishwamitra. Okay, Vishwamitra had very good intentions, and that's why he's called Vishwamitra, the friend of the universe. And his mother was an Apsara. She was so beautiful, beyond human beauty. An Apsara is a divine beauty, beautiful woman. Okay, Menaka. So this Bharata was actually a rebirth of the god Kamdev. He was an avatar of Kamdev because Kamdev's celestial body got burnt to ashes by Shiva. So he was born here. Okay, so this country is called Bharatvarsh. Bharata became the ruler of this country, and this country was called Bharatvarsh, which literally means the orgasmic rain of light. Okay. So it is supposed to represent both knowledge and pleasure, both. We have reached the highest stages in them. And then Bharata wrote a book which is more important than Yoga Sutra for the yogis. It is called Natya Shastra. Because Natya Shastra helps you to build your proper itihasa. Itihasa is crucial to build your Swamurti. Okay? When you have a divine itihasa, when you're attached to a lineage, then your Swamurti also becomes divine. So I'm going to introduce you to 9 gods that complete the circle of life. And in life, there's always a give and take, right? It's an ecosystem. For you to understand what the ecosystem is, you need to understand these 9 gods. Okay? They are represented as both the bhava, which is emotion, that the performer shows, because Natya Shastra is about performance. But remember, your life here is a performance. Even Shakespeare said the world is a stage. Okay? So it's a performance. How are you performing? Who would watch your performance? Who would want to? You also don't want to watch it. Okay? It's terrible. Can you write a book about your performance in your life? It would be such a boring book for most people. Because you never had these 9 gods in their life. The 9 divine emotions, bhava, and rasa, which gets created in the viewers. So the people who are onlooking you will automatically be affected by your bhava. It creates a rasa in them. Okay, and each rasa is a divinity, a god. Different divinities are being created by your display of the rasas, of the bhavas, which are basically the 9 gods. Okay, so we'll go over them one by one. The first one is called Shringara. Okay, and Shringara is eroticism. You can call it that. Okay, and 1 minute. Just hang on. So there are a lot of bhavas, which is a lot of emotions in you, which come under these gods only. Okay, so there are a lot of them. but they translate in creating the circle of this god. Okay, so the Shringara Rasa's deity is Vishnu, and his color of this Shringara light is green light. Okay, when there is eroticism, your aura will turn green. There will be a nice green light, and the presiding deity is Vishnu. So this is things like romance, love, attractiveness, all of this comes, under what is called Shringara. So if you want to awaken Vishnu in people, then you have to awaken it in yourself. You start by visualizing the green light. And the green light will come in your Swadhisthana chakra, which is your genitals. So you visualize a big light green, okay, not dark green, like some leaves, but light. So it looks like something like the northern lights, the aurora borealis, something like that. Green light. So you imagine the green light is emanating out of your, and it's going like rays all over, like a star. That's when you will be able to attract loving behavior in people. People will be attracted to you if you do this one thing, this one exercise. Okay, just visualize from your genitals. Imagine there's a star there, which is a green star that is sending green light all over, just like how the sun lights up the whole earth, like that, like a star. So you have to visualize that. Some people will be able to do it, and for some people, they'll get tired doing it because it takes a lot of energy. Okay, you won't be able to sustain it. If you want to sustain it, you have to do my 64-day yoga course, where your nadis will be built up so that it can handle energies like this. As you progress through the Chandra Mandala, which is the 16 locations which correspond to the phases of the moon, and they bring a lunar energy inside our body. When you're able to handle that, your body will be full of coolness because your nadis would have widened considerably. And the nadis are the pathways of electrical flow in the body. It flows along the structured water in your body. And they need to be widened and widened and widened. So when you practice yogasana, which is designed with its meditation to widen, and there's another meditation called Pran Mudra Kriya, when you do that, you start to widen your nadis really big so that you can handle something like Shringara. Otherwise, you can't. You will never be an attractive person consistently. You'll be attractive for a while, you'll manage to attract someone, and then you start becoming ugly. It'll happen to you. Okay, you won't even have to try. It just goes on and on. So it's miserable, okay, if you don't have it. So if you're watching this video on YouTube, the link to my 64-day challenge will be below, and you can click there and come for the next challenge. Otherwise, watching this video, you will learn only about the lights. And when you try to do them, you'll realize that you need training. Okay, those of you realize you need training, get ready and train. Okay, now I'm going to go over the other lights. Hasya. Hasyam or Hasya is laughter, mirth, comedy, And guess who's the presiding deity and his color? It is Shiva. Okay. Shiva's mantra is only Ha. Hara Hara. Ha 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 Ha. Okay. Hara means beauty in laughter. Beauty in Hlada, which means just pleasure. Okay. So Shiva is a very tamasic god. His whole thing is about like enjoying the world. Okay. Yeah, but when it comes to attractiveness and all kinds of uh, luxurious emotions, it's Vishnu. And Hasya is always in your heart. Okay. Imagine a star in your heart, which is white in color. Yeah. Shiva is Karpura Gaura, white. So why is Shiva white? Because he puts ashes on his body. That's why he's white. And those ashes glow like a star. So you visualize the star in your heart, let it widen. Think of something that makes you sad, and you won't be able to be sad when you have this bright star in your heart. You just can't. Okay, you'll feel like laughing about it. That's how I laugh about it, right? Nobody hears most of sad stories than me. You have only your sad story. I have the sad story of 200 students at any given time. And so far, I've heard the sad story of 1 lakh people, at least. Okay. But I'm still in a good mood, no? It's because of this light. This is the magic. If you do the 64-day challenge and you build your nadis, you'll be able to sustain this all the time. Otherwise, you can't sustain it. It's expensive. These are not cheap. These are like precious gems. You have to really pay for them in terms of energy. Energy is free, but you can't receive it. To make it pass through you, you have to remove all the conditioning and clean the nadis. I teach my students something called Nadi Shodhana, where they clean their nadis. Okay. It's a very transformative practice. If you do Nadi Shodhan, a lot of your nadis will get cleaned. And then the size of the nadis themselves will increase with the asana. And then the meditation takes it to a next level, from manifesting wealth to anything. You can do anything with that meditation. This is one of the keystone practices given by Gorakshnath, one of the Mahasiddhas. Okay. So when you practice Siddha Yoga, you will be able to sustain these lovely emotions. Okay. These secrets, many of the so-called yogis also don't know, because they're not read Natya Shastra. They think it's a book of performance, and they think their life is not a performance. So they don't have to read this book. Whose life is not a performance? Everybody's life is a performance. Your audience are the people around you, and you form a complete circle with them. So now I've taught you how to complete the Vishnu circle. I've taught you how to complete the Shiva circle. Vishnu has another Rupa also, which is Shanta. Okay. It was added later by authors because that was an important part of Natya as well, which was not written during the time of Bharata. Remember, that was written in another yuga. But in our yuga, which is full of violence, Shanta became an important rasa to be able to produce. Okay. Shanta's color is also white. And the deity is Vishnu, but it's a silver white. Okay. And Shanta is peace or tranquility. And you have to visualize Shanta as a silver light in the talu. The talu is the mouth through which it's called the 10th door. There are 9 doors: the nostrils, the ears, the eyes make 6, the mouth makes 7, 8 is the penis or the vagina, and 9 is the anus. Those are the 9 doors into the body. But the door out of the body into a spiritual state is called talu, and it's the base of your brain. And there you should imagine that whole base, which is a circle, glowing in a silver light, like a star. Then you will have peace. You can also, to get peace, imagine a small version of yourself, starting from the base of your spine, being pulled up by the beams of the talu. You're being pulled up into the talu, through the talu. And when you reach there, it will be a world full of white light, clouds like heaven. Okay? When you reach there. And the beings you can meet there are also like heaven. But even to do this sustainably, this will take up a lot of energy. Then you won't have energy for anything else if you do this. Okay? That is why you need to practice the 64-day challenge sincerely. Then you'll be able to do this. Okay? Forget about any other yoga. This is the yoga that everybody needs, the 64-day challenge, because it really teaches you so many things that you had no idea about, like how I'm teaching you now. So this is also Vishnu, but this Vishnu is not Shringara Vishnu. This is the Shanta Vishnu, okay, of peace and tranquility. Okay, if you go up there, that loka is called Vaikuntha. You can go there. even when you're alive, and you can experience it. You need to be able to practice and sustain that visualization of having climbed up the stairway to heaven. You just go up there, and then it's really a world of clouds. Every time I go there, there are clouds, and then the clouds part ways, they change colors, all sorts of things happen. I can meet gurus, rishis, whoever I want, and have a conversation with them. It increases my wisdom so much, and then I come back with all that wisdom. If there is something you don't know how to solve, you can go there and ask anybody, your Ishta Devata, whoever it is. You'll be able to find them in this place. Okay? Because Vishnu is everybody, and he can be anybody. Yeah. He himself is the biggest Mayavi, right? He's a balance of both the feminine and masculine energies. The feminine as what is her name? Mohini. Mohini. Okay. Krishna was also called Mohana because he's a male Mohini. No. So Vishnu has that capacity to create moha or illusion or great evocative emotion. That is what he can create. So both Shanta also creates evocative emotions. When you are fully Shanta, then the people around you will also experience that calming of their mind. So you have to be completely shant inside. Yeah, that's why I keep saying Om Shanti Shanti. All right. So that's the third one. This was added later by later authors for Kali Yuga. Okay. The 8 ones were enough in the previous Yuga because they were already shant. But we are not shant. This is a nation of not shant people. Okay. It's a Yuga of not shant people. So when you bring Shanti in here, you bring the peace that is possible only in a different Yuga into your Yuga. You're able to bring it. It's not a small thing. It requires a lot of energy. Okay. Next is Shiva again. Now this time as Rudra. Rudra is the deity of Raudram. Fury. Absolute anger. Pissed off. That is considered a divine emotion. Did you know that? And its color is red. And where does this anger reside? In the Muladhara chakra. Because it's an explosive volcanic emotion. It is associated with the earth element and it resides in the Muladhara chakra. If you visualize a red star there, you can totally bring on Raudra. Now, Raudra can be brought on when people are not being fair to you and you feel that they are attacking you or they're violent to you. You can bring on Raudra and they will become Shanta. You don't even have to say anything. You just bring this red star. Boom. Into that area of your life where you need it. And things will just calm down. Okay. Now, can you imagine how much energy this needs? If you do it without the 64-day challenge, you will burn your ass. Literally. Because that's where the Muladhara chakra is. Okay. Your perineum and your tailbone will get burnt. If you don't, if you do Raudra without training in asana and making the right kind of uh, you know, adjustments to the nadis so that they are not adjustments but enhancements to the nadis. Okay, good. Next one is called Karunya. And its deity is Yama and its color is gray. So this Karuna that we feel obliged to help others because they're so miserable. We say we have to help them. Okay. Only yogis can feel this emotion. Most people don't have it. And this one's location is in the kidneys, the 2 kidneys. Okay. It's a star, no doubt. But it gives a gray light on everything. It makes everything a shade less so that you don't feel so much. When people come with a misery, you don't feel so much. Okay. So every person who's working as a healer, if they don't have this light, they'll start taking on the emotions of the people whom they're trying to heal. They won't be able to look at it impartially. They won't be able to look at it without investing themselves. Their mirror neurons will fire off. This will also stop you from getting hypnotized by anyone. If anybody is trying to pull you or lure you in to their way of thinking or doing what they want, you'll be able to stop that right away. Okay? So that is the Karunya. And without this, you'll not feel compassion for people. You'll not feel like giving them space and time. If you feel strapped for space and time, you need Karuna. You increase that, and suddenly you'll have space and time. Okay? Good. Please try all these. There's no danger in trying them. But if you're not able to sustain them, join my course. Okay? Try. Next is called Bibhatsa. Bibhatsa comes in the throat. Okay? It is disgust and aversion. And its presiding deity is again Shiva. It's Bibhatsa Shiva. Okay? Disgusted. And the color is blue, like really dark blue. Okay? So it's here that Shiva caught the poison. In the same place, there'll be a blue star, Neelkant. You have to become Neelkant to have this Bibhatsa. Bibhatsa is like a fed up of something and you're never going to do it again and you're going to fix it. This is how people quit smoking, right? They get fed up of it and they quit it. Or this is how they quit anything. This is how they quit a bad marriage. This is how they quit a bad job. Bibhatsa is required for you to quit something that is toxic for you and oppressive for you and to move out from it. If you don't have this Bibhatsa power, you can't leave from there. You will not get disgusted enough. You'll keep making excuses for the person. And you'll keep saying your fault. It's your fault. You'll never get out of there unless you develop Bibhatsa. Okay? It's very powerful emotion. So to produce Bibhatsa, you need that blue star. And when you think about things that you need to change and you're fed up of it and you had enough, to make decisions, Bibhatsa is required. Because you have to be disgusted with one thing. And you have to say, not this, to make categorical decisions. Otherwise, it's not a decision if you're in two minds. Then it'll be always grass is greener on the other side. To make decision, you have to have Bibhatsa. Most people don't know that to make decision, you need to have Bibhatsa. This disgust. If you're not disgusted, you'll not make a decision. It won't be a strong decision. It'll be a weak decision that can just topple. It's not really a decision. Okay? It's like trying to keep your legs on two boats and the boats are going in opposite directions. How much of a split can you do? After some time, you get torn inside. That's called disease. Okay. So if you don't have Bibhatsa, you'll get disease. This is also a chakra of healing. If you don't have Bibhatsa, you'll get disease. You have to have Bibhatsa with everything except what you want. So this thing of that's also okay, this also okay, this also okay doesn't work. Everyone has their own path, no doubt, but they have to decide their own path and every other path is wrong for them. You have to call every other path wrong when you choose a path. For you, not for others. Others can choose that path. It's okay. You have no right to decide for others, but for yourself, you have to be disgusted with every other way of. I'm disgusted with every other way of being other than being a yogi. I'm disgusted with it. That doesn't mean I get disgusted with you if you follow a householder's path. I am disgusted with the householder's path. I have to be. Bibhatsa rasa I have to have. Otherwise, I'll have second thoughts. Wouldn't it be nice if I was married? Wouldn't it be nice if I had children? But I can't think that because I have Bibhatsa towards both those things. Right? So that is the difference between the yogic path and another path. And the yogic got to be disturbed. If you're going to be a householder, you have to have Bibhatsa to being single. If you don't have Bibhatsa to being single and you think single people are having a better time than me, then you will have misery. Okay, let me tell you something. If you do something that you don't want to do, I saw Huberman talking on a reel that there's some cortex, okay? It has the word singulate in it, but something inside your brain starts to expand. The cells in that place starts to expand. That blocks a lot of signals in your body and any organ can get affected. Something like that, he said. Okay, I may be wrong about this. But there are consequences, physiological consequences for not deciding. Adharma. Adharma kills you immediately. Okay? Not deciding is the problem. Now, to make decisions, you need to have a good dose of Bibhatsa. Otherwise, you can't decide. This is the secret nobody told you. For everything other than what you want, you have to have Bibhatsa. When you feel everything is okay, this is also okay, that's also okay, this is also a good option, that's also a good option, you'll never be able to get there. You'll never be able to make decision. You can't go forward. Okay. So Bibhatsa is a very valuable emotion. I hope you can see it. If you have the wisdom, you'll see it. Okay. Next is called Bhayanaka, which is horror, terror. Again, the presiding deity is Yama, and this time his color is black. Okay. And this is in the pit of the stomach. You know, the pit of the stomach, we call it Uddiyana. That is where Bhayanaka comes. If you create a Bhayanaka situation, if you create Bhayanaka energy, then people will give you a lot of respect because they fear you a lot. You don't even have to say anything. If you're lacking respect from people, you need this. Pray to Lord Yama. Think of the black star in your Uddiyana. And whoever's not giving you respect, now you think about them. It'll be a different energy. You go in front of them with this energy. It'll be a different energy. They'll start respecting you right away. Okay. So this is if people are not agreeing, or if there's conflict, or if there's violence, Bhayanaka is a good thing to have. They'll feel like if they don't agree to what you say, they'll die. That's what they'll feel. Okay. So this is something you can bring on. And you need to practice all this. Okay. You need to practice for years, honestly, but you need to start with the 64-day challenge. And then after that, whoever is ready for some fun, I'll teach you some fun. Okay. I even made a video about what is fun. Fun is any of these 9 rasas. If you have these 9 rasas going in your life, you're going to have fun. Things are going to be like a game. But if you don't have them, there's no fun. Okay. Next is Veera. Veeram. Heroism. This deity is Indra. Indra, and the light is saffron, and it stays in your third eye here. Okay. It's a saffron star in your third eye. This saffron star is Indra. And then you become a Veera. You want to do things. You want to do some heroic things. Okay. Even Hanuman's color is the same color, saffron. Kesari. Okay. Then Adbhutam. Adbhutam. Wonder. That's the last one, the 9th one. Okay. If you read Natya Shastra, you'll see the Shanta Rasa last. But I said it second or third. I said it third. Okay. It doesn't matter. Just know all of them. Adbhutam means wonderment, amazement. Okay. And the presiding deity is Brahma. Okay. And this is located on top of your head here. Adbhutam. And its color is gold. There's a golden star right there. Okay. This golden star right on top of your head. Brahmarandra, this place is called. Okay. Right on top of your head. It's also called Dvadashi because 4 fingers, 4 fingers, 4 fingers, wherever it reaches. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. So 12 reaches here, this point, in the center of your head. That's called Brahmarandra. And that's where you imagine this, wow, beautiful star, where I have this Shikha going here, this place. Exactly. So that's my transmitting energy for the golden light. And this is my transmitting antenna for the golden light. Okay. You don't need the antenna, you can transmit. Okay. So transmit that golden star, and things will be just wow in your life. Everything will be wow. You'll be like amazed at everything. You'll cook something, you'll be amazed. You make a podcast, you'll be amazed. You'll be only amazed by your own podcast. That's what happens with me. Okay. So you'll live your life in amazement. You meet someone, you see all the troubles, and you'll be amazed. Wow, you can screw your life up so badly. I had no idea. Amazing. You wonder at the artistry of it. As a guru, I have to meet people every day who screw up themselves and come to me, and then I have to be in amazement as wow, look at this, what a nice problem to solve. If I don't feel like that, I can't help them. Okay, you have to have a sense of wonderment about the world. That's when you can go forward. So these are the 9 divine emotions, along with the presiding deities. Please watch this talk again and make a list of it and the lights and the visualizations and try to practice them every day. Try to get these 9 lights going. Okay, try. They're energy expensive. If you get tired, then you should do the 64-day challenge. Those of you who are already doing the 64-day challenge, you have nothing to worry. You can practice this right away, and you'll see that everything is glowing. Okay. By doing 64-day challenge, I don't mean the ones who stopped at Mooladhara or whatever, like after the 5th one and 6th one. Okay. You have to practice at least 10 adharas, then you'll be able to do this. After after 10 asanas, after 10 days of the 64-day challenge, then your capacity to hold these will start to build. Okay. Some of you have reached 38 days, 30 something days. Okay. Yeah, 38 days. You've done 38 days. So good. And the rest of you, by the time you finish 64 days, you're going to be able to maintain all of these in your body all together. Okay. Whenever you need it, it can become on. You have these 9 capacities. You don't need anything else to live life. This is all you need. Understand the Navarasa, and that is the juice you need to build an itihasa that is having some rasa. Okay. Your itihasa should have these rasas, one of these. And then you can build a good story. That's a good story. Okay, that's how to write a good story. If you don't include the Navarasas in your story, the story is going to be terrible. People are going to hate it. You can forget about being popular. All right. Good. Any questions? Anybody got questions? If you have no questions, just type NQ so that I can end for today. Go ahead and let me know if there are any questions on the rasas, which are the spiritual emotions, the embodiment of divinity in you. And I told you the locations. Please make careful note of it. What deity was with Veera? Veera was Indra. It's there in the video. Location of Karunya. Oh yeah, thanks. Did I miss the location of Karunya? The kidneys. It's all there in the talk, guys. Come on. Ask me a question that I didn't address. Ah, okay, good. Okay. After delivering this talk, I'm a bit zapped. Don't ask me things I've already talked about. Ask me something. Anything else? No questions? Okay, good. All right. I'm going to close for today. Om Namah Shivaya.